A summer of new ways of doing things, from attending camps virtually to heading back to drive-in movies. Many of our kids may have never even have attended a drive-in movie yet. Moms, with a little creativity, we can create a summer to remember for our kids. Welcome to Mommin Daily, where we talk all things mom. I'm Trisha Novotny, the mom behind 24/7 Moms, who not only survived, but thrived all the years of raising 5 kids. And today is ready to share with you some free, cheap, and fun ideas that we can do during a quarantined pandemic summer. You know, yesterday I shared some free, cheap, and fun summer ideas already, but many of you responded to me with a need of knowing additional ideas that you could do during a summer quarantine. Many of our communities are still slowly opening up. There's a lot of things still shut down and closed and not available for us to do with our kids. So what are some options that we can do right now that are fun, that are free, that are cheap, and our kids are going to enjoy? So today I have just that, a bunch of free, cheap, and fun ideas for you to maybe incorporate into your summer to help you and to give your kids a fun summer. So my goal is to simplify your summer with some ideas. So here we go. Are you ready? Okay, first one, virtual camps. Okay, maybe our kids can't attend a physical camp and be gone all week, but there are lots of virtual camps right now online. The San Diego Zoo, there's theater ones, there's soccer ones, there's even a tennis one. So here's the deal. Today, at the end of the show, I am going to create a one sheet for you of all these links and websites and ideas written up for you so that you can access them all. So all you need to do is at the end of the show, check the comment box, check the description, and I will put the link in. You can click the link and then you can sign up, and later today or tomorrow you will get in your inbox a full sheet of all these things I'm talking about. So hang on there, don't worry, don't panic thinking, where am I going to find this information? I'm going to send it right to you. Okay, so again, back to virtual camps. I'm going to send you a link that's going to show you a whole bunch of different virtual camps. Plus, don't forget, Google is our best friend, right? You could always Google for more ideas. So virtual camps is one idea to send your kids to a virtual camp at home where they are learning new things and they're still getting that little bit of fun, excitement, experience of attending a camp. I've seen all kinds like Zoom camps and different things that they're doing, whether they're one-day camps or they're week-long camps. So you want to check those out. Another idea is virtual field trips. Ever since this pandemic happened and began back in March, many companies and organizations and places that used to offer field trips, or just companies that thought, hey, I can do a virtual field trip, have created virtual field trips online. Again, there's links and there's ways to Google this and find virtual field trips that your kids can experience for fun. So that's another fun thing, to find those ahead of time and sit your kids down and let them experience a virtual field trip. How about learning a foreign language? Now is a great time to get some of those free apps that you can download, like Duolingo, or my favorite is Nemo, and you can practice with your kids during the day. You can practice when you're in the car going for a drive. So here's another opportunity of learning a foreign language this summer. How about a backyard campout? Okay, maybe your state parks or your campgrounds are still closed and they're not open back up, or they're full because they're doing social distancing, so they're only allowing so many people into their campground, so you can't even get into a campground. How about creating your own camp out this summer in your backyard? I mean, get the tents out, get the Coleman stove out, even get the coolers out and put your drinks in the cooler, have a campfire, play the camp games that you would play. What are the things that you would do when you're going camping with your kids? You'd sit around and chat, you'd sit around a campfire, you'd play cards, maybe you do a puzzle, maybe you go for a hike. You can still do those things. Just don't forget the s'mores, because that's a must if you're with me. So create that camp feeling for your kids right in your backyard. Like I said earlier, drive-in movies. Okay, maybe we can't go to the movie theater, but we can go to drive-in movies as they continue to open up as well. So I have a website for you that I'll give you that is all about where all the drive-in theaters are across the country. Yep, there's not very many of them. There's not hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, but there are still some, and maybe there's one locally near you that you can take your kids to and experience a drive-in movie with your kids. You can also just try doing a backyard movie with your kids or create a movie night with your kids as well. How about a DIY spa day? Okay, many of us still haven't been able to venture back to getting those pedicures and facials and manicures. Why not create that in your home and create a day, especially if you've got daughters and girls in your home, and do facials and pedicures and manicures, and just enjoy that time together as well. How about online classes? There are zillions of online classes right now for free. So Google what you're wanting to learn or improve and find online classes, or even YouTube, right? YouTube has tons and tons of tutorials. My husband is always on YouTube learning something new. So go to YouTube and look for them ahead of time of your kids. So if you don't want your kids searching YouTube, because we all know what they might be able to find there if you do that. So go ahead and search YouTube yourself, find the links, and then set your kids up to watch those and maybe learn together something new. How about this one? Watch a Disneyland parade from home. I couldn't believe it. These are actually available online. Just Google Disneyland parades at home, virtual Disneyland parades, and you will see the latest Disneyland parade right on your own screen of your computer, phone, whatever you're using. Okay, build a blanket fort. Ikea has 6 ideas right now, and I will also put that link in my handout to you in my printable, that you can build with your kids. Just 6 different creative ideas and ways to build blanket forts. How about have your kids write and publish their own kids book? There's a company called Scribit, and they have a website that you can go to and help, and then there's where you can do the writing and the illustrations. They have tools to help you to create this book with your kids, and then if you choose to, you can actually have it printed and made into a hardbound book for your kids, their very own book published. So check out scribit.com. How about growing a garden? That's a pretty simple thing, right? Like get some containers or find a plot in your backyard, a little area that you can grow something, whether it be herbs or sunflowers or corn, or you don't have to have this huge, massive, big garden. Just create something that your kids can tend to daily by watering, by weeding, by watching grow. That's just a fun experience for kids to create. And then why not, once you grow something, try and see if you can grow something out of that, right? Like I saw a video the other day that was showing how you can take peppers or carrots or potatoes and how you can grow them again after you harvest them and grow them into the next, I guess, garden, the next batch mix. I don't even know the right words for farming. So create a garden for your kids. How about digital escape rooms? Have you ever done one of those escape rooms? I have a friend and they do them all the time with their kids and they love them. They're kind of like mystery rooms and you have to find your way out. There are actually digital escape rooms that you can do with your kids online. And that is a fun idea. Again, I know a lot of this stuff is online and maybe a lot of you are feeling like, I don't want my kids on the screen all the time, but do it with them. Spend time with them. It's a family doing it online, and then it's become a family activity rather than just off by themselves doing it. How about creating a DIY, do-it-yourself ice cream shop? Okay, so maybe your ice cream shops aren't open. Maybe you can only go through the drive-thru to get an ice cream cone. Why not create your own? Make some homemade ice cream. Have all those toppings for sundaes, from the nuts to the sauces to the cherries to the whipped cream, or create milkshakes. Let your kids make up their own creations and name them. Have a contest of who can create their own creation with a name, okay? So that's a fun one, DIY ice cream shop. Minute to Win It games. Have some competitions in your house. Minute to Win It games are 60-second challenges that use objects that are commonly available around your house. Break up your family into teams and play for points. Maybe have a prize for the winning team. It could be as simple as they get to choose the next family movie. It's nothing real fancy and expensive, but again, these are things that you can Google and you can come across a ton of Minute to Win It games. Scavenger hunts. I even have printables for you. I have both an indoor scavenger hunt and an indoor photo scavenger hunt that you can do with your kids. And I'll have those available as well in this list of information for you that you can print out these scavenger hunts and you can do them with your kids. Kids love scavenger hunts. I loved scavenger hunts as a kid. So try that. How about, why don't you inspire your kids to read this summer? Start a virtual book club with your kids and their friends, and create a book club where they're reading a book and maybe they get on Zoom and they talk about the book and help them to have questions and be able to just discuss what they're reading together. And along with that, you can use one of the free reading programs that we have on our website right now, which again, I'll give you the link in my handout. And that free reading programs are all kinds of just ways you record your minutes, your books, your pages, whatever. And eventually you can win and get free stuff from different companies around town that have reading programs. So you want to check out their free reading programs. Okay. Maybe you're a runner. Maybe your kids love to run and they're planning on running a race, some 5K or 10K this summer. There are literally virtual races right now. So run a virtual 5K. Sign up and run it on your own, and you record it, and then they even have where you can register so you can get your medal and all of that. So look, we are just finding ways to improvise right now during this quarantine, right? So run a virtual 5K. How about some volunteer ideas? How can your kids volunteer during this quarantine? Sounds weird because they really can't go anywhere. It's hard for them to do things. It's hard to go places. The other day, our family made 100 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for our local mission. And then we went and we delivered them. We just, as a family, put all the bread and the peanut butter and the jelly out on the counter. And we made all these sandwiches. We bagged them up. And then the next morning, we delivered them to the mission because they were looking for homemade sandwiches from people to bring to them and donate. So find ways that your kids can still volunteer and do things from afar. That's another one of those fun ideas to do with your kids. How about virtual cooking classes? Is there something you want to learn to cook? How about your kids? I bet you there's a ton of virtual cooking kids classes online. I Googled some. I found some. You can too. Again, another thing to go to YouTube for and find things. If your kids are wanting to learn to bake sugar cookies or, I don't know, something to do with candy kisses, you can find different ideas of recipes you can make with candy kisses, or recipes to make using strawberries, or whatever it is that your kids are wanting to learn. Just go Google it or go to YouTube and find recipes and spend some time in the kitchen together as a family. How about learning the classic games that we played as a kid? Or ask your parents what games they played as a kid and teach those to your kids. You know, things like chess or Crazy Eights or Kick the Can. How about the game of spoons? That was my neighborhood all-time favorite. We would spend hours playing spoons around the kitchen table. So again, what games did you play? What games did your parents play that maybe you could? This is a great time to teach your kids some new summer classic games. Go for a bike ride. Grab those bikes. If you're able to transport them to a different area of town and venture out to a little bit different area, or just doing a bike ride together as a family around the neighborhood, on some trails, wherever that you're able to do that is a fun, free, cheap way to spend the summer. Learn a new talent. Watch YouTube videos. Do your kids want to learn to juggle, ride a unicycle, do a backflip? How about just journaling, learning how to journal well? Or how about how to finish a 2,000-piece puzzle? You can Google and YouTube all these ideas and find out how to do them. So is there a talent that your kids have been talking about or wanting to learn, just a simple trick or hack or something? Go YouTube it, go Google it, and help your kids to learn that. Learn to use a yo-yo. That's one. My son used to love to watch YouTubes on doing yo-yo or magic tricks. So those are just some fun ideas. Painting your windows. Do you have little artists on your hands? Give your kids some paint, of course, washable paint, and let them paint your windows, sliding glass door, your back door, wherever you have glass that your kids can reach and they can safely paint. That's a fun way to get that creative aspect out of your kids. How about some outdoor games? Our family loves outdoor games like bocce ball or can jam or badminton or horseshoes or spike ball. There's all kinds of outdoor games that are probably sitting in your garage or in your outdoor shed or wherever that you haven't drug out and dusted off for a long time. It's time to do that, Mom. Get that croquet game out. Get those horseshoes out. Get that can jam out. Dust it off and pull it out and set it up, and let's teach your kids how to play these games this summer. So those are just some of my fun, free, and cheap ideas that I came up with. Also, we have a Facebook page called 100 Days of Summer Fun. It's a Facebook page that each day we post a fun activity you can do with your kids, whether it be an activity, an art project, a cooking project, some freebie we found out there that you can do with your kids. So check out that Facebook page and join it. For 100 days, we will be posting things. I think we're on like day 13 right now, or 14. So you can catch up on some of those and see some of the fun things we've already posted. Also, I want to remind you about my Summer Planning Bash. It's still going on. You can still access and get all the great information, more fun boredom buster ideas, summer meal planning, organizing your summer life as a mom. I call it the plan, prepare, and play all summer long motto. a zillion free printables to help you plan your summer and just create fun for your kids and keep your kids organized, from, I don't know, a mom's to-do list to kids' goal list to reading logs to bucket lists, calendars. It's all there. Lots of summer hacks and tips for you. So sign up for our summer planning bash. I'll also include that link below in just a couple minutes for you as well. And then one bonus that I'm going to include when you sign up to get today's free handout, free printable, I'm also going to include a link to my punch cards. And my punch cards are these fun cards that you cut out. So there's 8 to a page, and you cut them out and give them to your kids. And what they are is, there's one for chores, there's one for reading books, and there's just one that you can do whatever you want on it and write it. And what the idea of this is that, let's say our kids are doing their chores, and if they do their chores every day, each day they do their chores, they get a little mark on their punch card, and then, or you can punch it out with a hole puncher. And then at the end, there's some sort of prize or reward in the end. So that's for their chores. There's one for reading books. And then there's also one that you get to create yourself and do whatever you want. So that's just another way to motivate your kids to have some goals and some fun this summer. Maybe it's not saying I'm bored, and they get a punch card for every day. They don't say they're bored because they went and found fun things to do themselves and get creative. So moms, don't create a summer of stress. Don't try and jam-pack your summer. These are just ideas to help your brains get thinking of some fun things you can do, maybe once a week, maybe once a day. Whatever works for your family and your children is what you want to do, because that's what this is about. It's about simplifying our journey as moms along this journey that we call motherhood. So moms, my goal is to simplify the mom life for you, and that is why we are doing these things each day and sharing our ideas here at Mom Minute Daily. So I hope to see you next time at Mom Minute Daily. Thanks for joining me today. I'll catch you then. Bye.